brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Christmas Day matchup. It's the Bills and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Cousins on first down. And complete right side to Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. At the 29-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Johnson on the return. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. Seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when there's...
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play here for Buffalo.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Now Allen. They'll swing this out to Fournette. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From the gun, it's Allen. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Fournette. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 23 here on the year. So take away the touchdown, the official. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing signal.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Carlos Basham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start. Fights through, and now a crease. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there for the Bills. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Leonard Fournette with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Allen off the play fake. Going deep for Diggs. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get...
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat in the driver to get at the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On the return, Johnson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great. That's where you're going.
The protection's been phenomenal, but...
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
On play action, Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretary lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll make it 2nd down. Open man here is Conklin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've reached half. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work. As always, as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
From the 39, Allen. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0. looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going deep for Diggs. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
35 yards that time on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Fournette running out of the gun. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. A handoff to Fournette. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 108 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Breida. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bills are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the beginning.
Now Cook hit and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen...
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Bills capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Cousins now from the 50. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and it'll be second down. Play fake, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. To the air again, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point safely through as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Allen. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big gain there for the Bills. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them.
And now it appears that the referee's been... So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw again on second down, Cousins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Cousins again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Allen. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Allen now looks to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On play action, Cousins. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Not today, you are. Not today. 49.
One last shot now for Cousins. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion.